Hey guys, this is Dan Seifer from MobileBurn.com, and what we got here today is the Samsung Galaxy Prevail for Boost Mobile. Took a look at this phone last week at Boost and Samsung's launch event, where we had a quick little hands-on, but we wanted to give you a more detailed rundown of the phone itself today. So what we've got here is standard Android smartphone. It's got a 3.2-inch screen. It's a HVGA resolution, so it's got 320 by 480 pixels of resolution. At the bottom, you've got capacitive touch buttons. There's a menu button, a home button, back button, and then a search button. Elsewhere on the front, you've got the earpiece right up top. Something that you should notice about this particular model is that it does not have a proximity sensor or auto brightness sensor, light sensor, which means that when you are on a call, the screen will shut off by itself automatically and quite quickly, but in order to turn it back on, you have to manually hit the power button to wake it back up, as opposed to most phones where you can just pull it off your ear and the phone will come back alive. As far as the brightness goes, you also have to manually set the brightness. It does not automatically adjust based on your lighting conditions. We imagine those are cost-saving measures, but just figured we'd let you know. Around the rim, you can see the chrome accent strip here. Nice little touch. It feels pretty solid. Feels like it's metal. Some people may not like that or prefer it, but I don't think it looks too bad, to be honest with you. On the bottom of the phone, there's the microphone port here, and then the micro USB jack for charging and syncing with a computer. On top, you've got your 3.5mm headphone jack, power sleep unlock buttons right there. On the side, nothing up top, but down here you do have a camera key that will open up the camera and take pictures for you, as well as start and stop video recording. Along the other side, you've got your micro SD card slot. The phone comes pre-installed with a 2GB micro SD card. Can support up to 32 gigabytes of size cards, however. It also has 512 megabytes of built-in storage. Then above that, you've got the volume up and down buttons. And then this port up here looks to be like a lander loop. Something you'll notice about the sides here are they are coated with the soft touch rubber plastic, so it gives a nice feel in your hand, gives you a little bit to grip, something to grip onto. Some of the other Galaxy S phones that we've seen in the past are pretty slippery. They are all plastic mostly, and they don't have much to grip, but the Prevail has this nice soft touch coating, which we like to see. Also, what you can notice is how thick it is. The Prevail is 11.9 millimeters thick, which is considerably thicker than other Galaxy model phones that we've seen in the past. Specifically coming to mind is the Fascinate on Verizon, which is much thinner, but that's also a much more expensive phone. On the back here, taking a look on the back, we've got the soft touch rubber on the battery covered door, 2-megapixel camera, no flash, no autofocus, very straightforward, very basic. It also records video, but it does so at VGA resolution, so no HD. Then you've got a speaker grill right there as well. If we pop open the battery cover itself, you can see it's got 1500 milliamp hour battery. Pretty standard, straightforward fare. Boost and Samsung say that you should be able to get about 6.5 hours of talk time with this size battery. Underneath the battery, nothing to really look at for most users. There's no SIM card with this model because it is CDMA. And the SD card is on the side, as we saw earlier. So that's a quick rundown of the hardware on the Galaxy Boost Prevail. The Samsung Galaxy Prevail for Boost. And so in a moment, we'll take a look at the software. Okay, so we've got the Galaxy Prevail started up and powered on for you, so we can take a look at the software here. When you first power it on, what you get is a standard Android 2.2 interface. This is about as stock as you can get on Android 2.2 Froyo. The Boost has not, or Samsung has not customized the phone very extensively at all. What we don't see here on this phone is the Samsung TouchWiz interface that we usually see on most Galaxy S or Galaxy branded phones. This one is very, very stock and straightforward. You do have the 5 home screens that you can pan through. There you go, all 5 home screens there. Standard notification bar swipes down from the top for Android. You get the little widget to help you learn how to use the Android interface and operating system. Preloaded the Google search widget right there on top. Bottom, you've got your phone dialer button. Opens up the dialer pad. Oops, excuse me. Try that again. There we go. Opens up your standard dialer pad there. On the other side, you also have your browser button there to access the browser quickly and easily. Standard shortcuts here, you got your market, contacts, messaging, calendar, email. Also got a voicemail button there that will actually just open up the voicemail dialer. There's no visual voicemail with this particular model. Over here you've got some Boost utilities. Clicking those are just shortcuts to go to the websites to refill your Boost account or to take a look at your account settings and such. On the other side, we've got some shortcuts to Telnav GPS, one of the preloaded apps that Boost has put on here, your photo gallery, music player, YouTube application. TwidDroid is the social networking application that's installed on here for Twitter. And then you've got Boost's Hooked application over there, another type of social networking type of application. Taking a look at the actual apps that are installed, very straightforward and basic, like we were saying earlier. There isn't too many apps pre-installed on here. We do have Hooked, like we saw earlier. Layer is pre-installed, which is an augmented reality application. My Files is actually a file browser that's also installed by default. You don't see too often installed by default. You can navigate the various file trees of the system. Point is pre-installed. Scavenger, another social networking application, is pre-installed. It's got a task manager here, so you can see what tasks are running and what kind of active applications you have and how much RAM is being used and such. The Prevail has about 384 megabytes of RAM to use. There's their Telnav application. Think Free Office is there to view and take a look at Office applications like doc files and XLS files for Word and Excel. TwidDroid again, standard Android applications here, voice dialer, voice search, and YouTube. This does have Android 2.2 as we mentioned earlier, so you do get benefit from the upgraded voice search and the voice dialer capabilities. Taking a look at the email application, it's a very basic email application. Let's go back out of here and try that again. But it does look like Samsung has skinned it with their own color scheme. Pretty straightforward. It gives you a list. It's pretty easy to set up as well. Most email services that are common will automatically be set up. Taking a look at what an email looks like, it does support formatted text here. It also supports pinch to zoom. So you can easily open up the image larger and pan around on it. If you scroll down here, you can see some more details as to who the message was sent to and where it came from. You can also access your different folders up here by swiping through the top. Nice easy way to navigate the different folder trees that you might have set up for your email. The calendar, again, it's pretty basic as far as Android goes. You've got your standard calendar, but it does look like Samsung has skinned it as well. Kind of got this blue color scheme going on with their skins. You can swipe through different calendar months. You can page through and view by week, day, or an agenda list. It's kind of interesting that Boost has put Telnav GPS navigation on here, but they've also have, of course, Google Maps navigation for Android pre-installed as well. Contacts is straightforward, standard Android 2.0 or 2.2 contacts application here.